It's the NFL on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Raiders and the Vikings. And it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 24.
U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and for both of these teams that we're going to see, Charles, the future is kind of right now. You know, this is something you only see a handful of times in an NFL season where you've got a rookie quarterback versus a rookie quarterback.
And I think a lot of that has to do with the era we're in now, because our dads, they didn't see rookie quarterbacks go against each other. In fact, it could be 2-3 years before they even saw the playing field. Nowadays, you get drafted, they expect you to play earlier, and these guys as competitors, they'll take their lumps early, but they'd rather be on the field.
Here's the former Auburn kicker, Daniel Carlson, to get this one started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now, because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want, but this guy, he is hard to corral.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off the play fake. McCarthy, he'll buy some time right. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. A huge play there right off the bat. And even 50 yards.
And this is one of the toughest parts about being a defensive back. When the play breaks down like this, you're taught to plaster to a receiver. Find the nearest one and adhere yourself to it. But you can only stay with the receiver so long if the play continues to develop. He knows where he's going. You do not.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. Now a 2nd and 6. Now the toss to Jones, running right. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run.
Let's go.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Pass complete to Addison. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. Well, only their first drive, Charles, but they talked to us about needing to convert on 3rd down, in particular not letting 3rd and short opportunities slip through their fingers. Well, they were successful right there.
It also tells you that they're successful on 1st and 2nd down as well to get to 3rd.
Touchdown, Vikings! Adam Thielen, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Vikings get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, yeah, give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Point after here coming up. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Adam Thielen. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This taken in right around the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by Gardner Minshew, 6th-round selection in 2019 out of Washington State.
And how about this young man? Took the NFL world by storm. As a 6th-round rookie, signature mullet, mustache, but 21 touchdowns for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Great. Gravitates towards this guy. Teammates love to win with a quarterback who leads them like that, and fans love to root for a guy who seems just like them.
They start the drive with Abdullah. He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, 2nd down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Minshew sets to throw. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Up the middle, Abdullah. They'll take it past the 40 to the 41, 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able.
2 yards on the 1st down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
That's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. And the Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. McCarthy. This one caught. It's the tight end Hockenson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Another big play here as they strike for 31. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they try the sweep to Jones. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. And Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That good for 22 and a first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Trying the power game with Ham and trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Once more, it's the fullback Ham, and he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. Now they send a man in motion right. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. They try to catch him by surprise there on 3rd down, but this defense, they were all over the jet sweep.
And it's oftentimes all about what you're doing on the backside of the defense, whether it's the defensive end or the outside backer, who's setting the edge. And if they don't get blown off the line of scrimmage, they can really wreck a play. And in this case, they're making a tackle for a loss as a result.
So the long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. And they begin the drive with a duel. And nothing much materializing there in the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. From the gun, Minshew to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Minshew. And he rifles one incomplete.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll go play action here with Minshew. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll give up the gut to Abdullah. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. That's caught left side. Myers with it. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. They try the right side with Abdullah. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
It's been tough sledding on the ground, but after that first down pickup, they've got to gain a little bit more confidence and feel good about starting a new set of downs, trying to move the ball.
They go back to Abdullah on first. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. They work now on 2nd and 9. Out of the gun is Minshew. Caught on a slant. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Jacoby Myers from 3 yards out. And the Raiders have got it back to within a score. An out route there for the score, a quick out route there for the score.
Yeah, you're not really surveying the defense on this one. You're just counting on timing, making this play happen. 1-2, ball's out of his hands, knows where he's going, just puts it to the outside. Touchdown.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was all capped off by Jacoby Myers on the touchdown reception. And able to get this out to the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one. Back to throw. McCarthy caught by Jones. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Back to throw again. He'll find Jones again, complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 of the 4. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. On second down, it's Jones. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Aaron Jones, as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings will extend their lead here just before halftime. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Point after, right down the middle, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This fielded right at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go.
You want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They'll throw now on the final play. He finds his man, complete. It's Bowers. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Now Minshew. And that is incomplete. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sport. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession. Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, try and slow things down a little bit. So a rough... penalty there, CD.
And we know that these pass rushers love to get after rookie quarterbacks, but they've still got to do it within the scope of the rules. And that time, the hit came just a little bit too late. And the official won't even think twice about pulling his flag on that one.
A pretty good looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play. Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there, all 11 guys on defense, diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Well, the Vikings are getting back into this football game in the second half. on possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They're going for it. Here's Madison. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th on their own side of the field, close to the 50. They only needed a couple of inches, and they were able to get it done.
And it doesn't matter whether you're a zone blocking team, a man blocking team, gap blocking, whatever you want to call it. When it's in this situation, it's really man on man, isn't it? Who's going to win the battle? And right there, we saw it at the point of attack, find enough yardage to pick up a 1st down. Give him credit for that one.
They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Back to throw, O'Connell. He finds his man, complete. It's Bowers. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. O'Connell quick out wide and complete. 2 catches in the 1st half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive line?
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Finally hauled down for the 1st time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. They'll go Madison up the middle. Call it a 6-yard gain. Still plenty of work to do coming up. 3rd and 14.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
Carlson able to put this one through. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. There's a glimpse of Justin Jefferson, the wide receiver, as he and the Minnesota Vikings return back here on offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
They go play action here on 1st down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Up the middle, Jones. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
44-yard punt, return of 9. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Madison. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. O'Connell looking to throw on first. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to bring up second down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. 2nd and 6. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. Now here's a throw. It's complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Here's Madison running left. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Charles are trying to protect. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Here's a give to Madison running right, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. O'Connell working from the gun. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, they run with Madison. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't they?
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. Taking it about the 1. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's going to be out of bounds across the 50. Great return.
Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game. For here's where the breaks are made. It's the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Second down, another shot for Jones. And he's taken down inside the 30. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to throw. McCarthy dancing to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Running right, Jones. Oh, eluding the tackle. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Jones will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. C.J. Ham punching it in from a yard away. And the Vikings are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again. They go to the big man. 2nd time he gets it done.
Almost as if they were feeling like he was establishing a rhythm. Give it to him again and again, and how about the end result? Finishes it off in the end zone.
Touchdown, great run, and the score. A try here for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So the Raiders now down by 11, a minute 37 remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. O'Connell. That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
But they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Here's O'Connell. This is caught by Tucker. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Throwing on 1st down, O'Connell. A quick throw, but incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
O'Connell to throw on 2nd down. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely four-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Well, there's a time and a place for everything. Down 2 scores late in the fourth. I get it. Now is the time to throw it downfield, but that one might just write an end to this ball game.
Yeah, I hear all the time how critical I am of play calls. Not in this situation. No other choice, really. Look at the clock. Look at the scoreboard. Had to press it and take a chance.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. And they're going to speed things up here. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Again, it's Jones. And he will have a Viking first down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line. Well, Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play on your home turf, and that is to defend your home turf, and today that mission was accomplished.
Look, every offseason, every preseason, the head coach goes in front of the team and says, the mission for the season, defend our home field every time, split on the road, and we'll be in the playoffs. That's why defending the home field is vital.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.